Hello and welcome. My name is Rachel Clark, and I'm a senior design researcher at Kaleidoscope Innovation. I'll be sharing with you the results of a project we conducted last year to test the capability of ChatGPT as a qualitative data analysis tool. If you don't know much about qualitative research, we conduct a lot of it here at Kaleidoscope. This kind of a research approach emphasizes the experience of the individual. So individuals' perceptions about social problems and research phenomena are typical topics. Qualitative data is really anything that's not a number. So it could be anything from text data from interviews to photographs to video footage. The typical qualitative research process is just about the same as a quantitative research process. We start with generating a research question and end at data analysis, at least for the purpose of this presentation. So step 4 on this slide, which is analyzing data, will be emphasized, and we focus exclusively on open-ended questions and the responses to those questions. The challenge with qualitative research is that data analysis is extremely time-consuming and labor-intensive. So analyzing large sets of qualitative data is just not realistic for most user experience research projects. So we set out to explore the capacity of ChatGPT to analyze qualitative data. And we were looking to gain insights from a large data set of over 25,000 respondents. And again, we used only text data for this project. I coded a few of the responses, and it took me about 3 minutes for each response. So if a person was to code the entire data set, it would take over 1,200 hours just to complete the first round of coding. So we thought if ChatGPT was effective, then its efficiency might enable researchers to analyze large qualitative data sets not previously possible. So here's what we did. We started off with a very vague user query. If you look at the right-hand side of this slide, you'll see a little bit of the raw data that we input into ChatGPT to analyze. We intentionally were vague with our user query and tried to put most of the burden on the tool itself so that we could test its limits and see what it was capable of doing. The result was not good. It really got stuck at this point and was unable to proceed any further than this very first query. If you look at a little bit of the raw data, we think it got kind of stuck with some of this nonsense response that people input occasionally, such as not applicable, or just inputting some random punctuation marks or random strings of letters. So a researcher would know to clean that data before it was even analyzed. But without telling the tool to do so, the tool just became stuck. We tried again with a different set of instructions. So we provided, this time, very explicit guidance for ChatGPT. We instructed the tool to complete the steps you see on this page, starting with cleaning the data and actually defining what cleaning the data means. So remove all of those filler words and nonsense texts and random strings of letters and punctuation. We instructed it to use theoretical frameworks in the analysis and to create a column in the Excel file for the codes. So the result of this set of procedures was much, much better. I was very impressed with the results ChatGPT produced. You can see the insights generated by ChatGPT on the right-hand side of this slide. We asked it to produce 3 to 5 themes from this data set, and it provided 5. And it supported each insight with a little bit of text referencing the instructions we had provided to the tool itself. I had asked it to use positive psychology and peace psychology as theoretical frameworks, and you'll see references to those concepts within the insights generated by the tool. Obviously, the limitations are these findings really valid, and would a human produce the same set of findings? We started to validate these findings, but with a data set over 25,000 participants, we only just got started. So you can see the validation results in the process that we followed in the appendix. Here, I think it's important to emphasize the researcher's value to this process. At Kaleidoscope, we have a number of research experts, and our expertise is really crucial to being able to even input the right kind of command to ChatGPT. We found that ChatGPT was extremely effective given the right set of instructions, but users really need to understand the research process and to be able to use research language to produce the right kind of input for the tool. Researchers also really are going to be aware of the limitations of ChatGPT, and they're going to understand that we need to provide it prompts from which it can execute these commands efficiently. And finally, users really have to be able to identify any inadequate or simply wrong responses from ChatGPT. Our researchers are best suited to meet our partners' needs as well. We have expertise managing our clients' expectations and directing research projects to best fit our partners' needs. Research, whether it's qualitative or quantitative, requires numerous subjective decisions throughout the process. And these decisions are made based on a researcher's experience, on the conventions of the field, and even to make sure that the research design aligns with the research purpose. So we recommend that only qualified researchers use ChatGPT for assistance with data analysis. We finally came up with a few application ideas, and we thought it would be wise to start internally should this project move forward. Using ChatGPT for quick company-wide feedback on new initiatives, new policies, or even ideas for increasing employee engagement might be a good start. As we start to build trust and competence with the tool, we can start using it alongside traditional qualitative analysis methods and then compare findings from the AI and the human researchers. Again, after building additional trust and more competence, we can perhaps move into external applications, advertise AI-assisted data analysis to promote value and efficiency for our clients, and this would enable Kaleidoscope to move into a position of expertise in the industry. We could create the standard for which other companies follow and create sets of best practices for using the tool. And Kaleidoscope eventually could become known as a thought leader in the field of AI-assisted data analysis. In the appendix, again, are the validation results that we started on, if you're interested in reviewing those. Otherwise, this is the end of my presentation, so I want to thank you for watching. If anyone has any follow-up questions, either Grant, my co-researcher, or I would be happy to answer them. Thanks again.